Well, Dean, I hear there's a new trend called Unretire. And I think you could do that. I saw jobs at Walmart. That'd be handy.
You mean be a Walmart greeter, Norm?
Oh, you'd be perfect.
Oh, you know what? I love chatting to people, so I'd be okay on that one.
Well, Unretire. We came across this as a little story in our town, and we thought it'd be good to share it with you. Before we get started, for all our new viewers, or if you just discover us, we pop up in your feed for no particular reason. We are
Tina and Norm, and welcome to our channel, and we talk everything about retirement, finances, travel, and anything you'd like us to talk about.
And you're very welcome to be here with us.
Yes.
Thank you. The unretire thing is people who have retired coming out of retirement. And there's a trend happening with this, primarily because of inflation and the low interest rates that are now not as low as they were. So we came across this gentleman who is actually retired twice, and he's recently come out of retirement. He's just over 70 years old, and he's driving the shuttle vehicle for a local garage, where they run customers back to their homes once their cars have been taken to the shop. And so he was okay until his mortgage renewal came up. And I believe he is 72. He has a mortgage, and he was on a tight income, but surviving in retirement. And then his mortgage went up by $200 a month. Doesn't sound a lot,
No.
but that was enough to break his budget, because on top of that, we've seen record levels of food inflation, gasoline prices going up hugely, and taxes as well.
So basically, he has now had to unretire and go back to work. And we were really quite surprised to hear this, weren't we?
It is, and basically the low interest rates that we've seen for the last 6-7 years, artificially low, are now starting to creep up. We see that with new cars. Anywhere in Canada, you could be paying 5 to 8% for a car loan. Mortgage interest rates are climbing up to 5%, 6% in some cases. So one of the stats that we came across was people 65 and over in Canada. What did we find out for that demographic, Tina?
We found out that over 17% of Canadians all still have a mortgage that are older than 65. And the median amount of that mortgage is $200,000.
So you can see how interest rates going up, because in Canada, we don't have a fixed term for 30 years. We have to renew either 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years. And we're not alone in Canada with that type of shocking revelation.
No.
In America, households of 64 and over, 40% on average had a mortgage, which is a staggering figure.
Yeah.
And that's primarily because 6-7 years ago, with the low interest rates, people were taking loans out. So you could have been 57, 58, take a mortgage out, you've got your 30-year term, and the average mortgage that people are carrying in the US at 64 and over is $190,000.
So that's kind of something that we've sort of got in common, isn't it? That there's a lot of people in both these countries, both all over 64, 65 plus, with mortgages of either $190,000 or $200,000, which we thought was staggering.
Yeah, and basically it's driving people back to work because of the affordability. everything has become hugely expensive. And so it was great having low interest rates, and you can see your house going up in value, but every month you need to be able to pay your bills. Part-time jobs are becoming sought after by baby boomers. We saw this gentleman driving the shuttle car for the local dealership, and more we're seeing older Canadians working, and Americans, in retail, where it's easy to get an hourly paid job. What's your experience with unretiring? Are you working because you have to in retirement, or are you choosing to do that in retirement?
I think there's a big difference there, Norm, isn't there? If you choose to be doing something because you're looking at it to just meet people or something like that, or are you actually there because you have to be there to just make your finances meet, because you were pretty tight to begin with. There was no buffer in the monthly expenses, and now, as Norm says, with all the increases in taxes and food and everything, toppled with the interest rates, that is forcing you for something that you probably didn't want to do, or maybe didn't foresee it in your retirement plans.
No, I think most boomers didn't see going back to work. And it's especially acute in middle income and lower income baby boomers, and it's becoming a thing. If you enjoyed this story, we're going to link right down here to another video that we think you'll find interesting along the same lines.
And we hope that everybody is staying safe
and keeping well.
Until the next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.